everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we have a gameplay of Veilwraith for you. This is technically, it's not really solo only, but it is built as a solo game. And then they have a way that you can bring in other players as well. So unlike a lot of games where it's built for multiplayer and they add a solo version to it, this one is built for solo and they've added a multiplayer version to it. So that's pretty cool. So a very interesting, different look for this game. It's all monochrome and just a really unique look and feel for this game. Very excited to show you how it plays. Before we get down to the table, I want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a fantastic website where you can buy, sell, and trade games. They have a great selection to choose from if you're just looking to build out your collection, just trying to, fill in some of those gaps you have in your collection. Board Game Co. can help you out with it. They also will buy games from you. If you were looking to sell games, instead of finding 10 different people to sell 10 different games to, sell all 10 games to Board Game Co. Very easy to do. And then of course they have the trade feature where if you have a Board Game Geek username and account and you've set up a trade list over on Board Game Geek, you can then take your Board Game Geek username, drop it into Board Game Co. They'll compare your Board Game Geek trade list with their stock and build a custom trade list right there on their website. It makes it very easy to facilitate a trade. There's a link in the description below that you can click on so they know I sent you over there. Board Game Co. makes it easy to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. Okay, let's get down to the table and we're going to play Veilwraith. All right, so here we go. We're set up for Veilwraith. We're playing the second vignette. All right, so the way the campaign works is in the base game, there's 5 vignettes. You can expand that out to 20, I believe, with the expansion. And but we're playing vignette number 2. That means I've beaten vignette number 1. I actually have played vignette 2 once already and lost. In the campaign, you have these tokens that are called ribbons that just keep track essentially of how many times you've lost. You start with 5. I'm down to 4 now. When I run out of ribbons, I lose the campaign and have to start it over. And this deck is my threat deck. There's a number of different things in here. This actually shows exactly what is going to be coming along. There's 3 enforcers, 3 eremites, 4 fighters, 2 goblins, 3 healers, 3 nymphs, and 4 pariahs. Those are just kind of run-of-the-mill bad guys. And then also in there are 2 ogres and 1 mad watcher. Those are called foes. They are going to be significantly more difficult. Also, right here, every time we flip a key, we'll also gain 1 influence power token. So the keys are in this deck as well. Those are what we're trying. We need to recover all 5 keys. After we recover the 5 keys, then we'll have to, we also need to defeat all 3 foes. And then we'll have to get out of here by going through a portal. These are the different ways we're going to defeat foes. Explore actually is primarily used for recovering the keys. Then you have fight and you have influence. The number here is basically its power level. So right now, Explorer has 1 power, basically. Fight has 2. Influence has 3. As I'm playing the game, I'll be able to add these to them to add more power. That's a +1 right there. Also, you can, on your turn, pick one of them to tilt sideways like that. That adds 1 power to it. And the way you actually use it is you turn it sideways like this, and it's used. Now, if I were to use the Explorer right now, it's at power level 1, so it would just stay exactly where it was. But if, for instance, I used Influence, then it would slide down to 1, and then Fight would move up to 3, and Explorer move up to 2. And they'll rotate around like that. This deck is my memory deck. This is where a lot of my abilities are going to come from in here. It starts off in Vignette 1, there's 20 basic ability or 20 basic memories. And then at the end of Vignette 1, I actually upgraded one. So there's 1 upgraded card in here. So I take 1 card out, put an upgrade card in. And so you're able to customize your deck just a little bit at the end of each successful vignette. All right, so the turn structure is pretty straightforward here. First is the threat phase. So start of round abilities activate. We don't have any of those right now. Draw and play one threat into the threat area. Okay, so we will draw one. We have an Eremite. So it's has a played ability called Balance, which says I have to discard one power token. Well, I don't have any power tokens out yet, so that's not going to do anything to me. On this card, you can see that I either need to spend 4 influence, 4 fight, or 3 explore to get rid of him. From kind of what I can tell, the influence is kind of like you're using almost diplomacy or reasoning to deal with the threat. Fight is pretty clear, and explore, I'm not exactly sure. This is one of the few threats where explore is actually a possibility. Like I said, normally you use it to find keys. So I'm not really sure what thematically it would mean to use Explorer to deal with this threat, but it is there. On this side, if you see this -1 icon there, he's going to deal 1 damage to me every turn to my spirit. So this is essentially my health, but it's called my spirit. I start at 20, and he's going to deal 1 per turn if he's still there at the end of the turn. So now you can see we dealt with the played ability, which was Balance. It didn't do anything to us this time. So now we enter the draw phase. We draw 1 memory into our hand. We have Memory of Cold. We can ignore a spirit cost -1 threat this round. So we can ignore him if we play this memory. So next up, we enter the play in any order. We can play any number of memories from our hand. We can combine memories. You can see this right here, this symbol right here. If we have 2 memories, we can combine them together and gain an extra power token for one of our cards. Let's see, tilt 1 action. Or actually, I guess technically we would add power to our actions. It has to be spent right away, I'm pretty sure. And I'll double check that before we use it. Tilt 1 action and add 1 power token to it. So that's where I was talking about tilting it like that. Using the action, again, that's when you do it all the way to the side of this. Also, the other way you can use actions besides using them to deal with threats or gain keys is you can draw 1 memory card, draw an additional memory card. The tilting and the use 1 action, each of those can only be used once per turn. And then any key abilities. So when you do recover the keys, they have abilities that you can use. So right now, we don't have any way of dealing with him as far as actually getting rid of him. So I am going to play Memory of Cold on him. So we're going to ignore that damage. And then I will, or actually, hold on, before we do that, let's see. We're going to tilt this to gain 1 power on it. And then we'll turn this one. We'll use this one to draw an additional power token, or I'm sorry, additional memory card. And so we have the Memory of Heart. We can use 1 additional available action. So like I said, normally you can only use this action. Normally you can only use 1 action per turn, but this would let us use an additional one if we wanted to. And now we will go ahead and play that on there to ignore him. So at this point, when I'm done with the play phase, that's when we would lose any spirit based off of our threats, but that's not going on. This goes in the discard pile. Oh, by the way, when I use this, it should immediately slide down to 1, and then everything else slides up. All right, so now these go back to normal. And that's pretty much it. And then we go back to the, well, you can see, so the end phase, we discard play memories, memory limit. If we have 6 memories, or we have to discard down to 6 memories. Actions reset, which you saw already did. End of round abilities activate, and then new round begins with the threat phase. All right, so here we go. We've got we got a key out here already. Key of Sight. So it's going to cost us 6 explore to get it. Once we have it, we can turn it, meaning turn it this way, to use 1 additional available action. Once keys are turned, they don't unturn. So that's basically a one-time use action. And then you can also flip it over completely to add 1 power token to an explore action. So we drew the threat, which keys fortunately are not threats, and then we draw one memory, the memory of honor. It gives us one influence. So let's see. The Eremite here, we're going to go ahead and use this. And so 3 plus the 1 gives us 4. You can see 4 influence. So he's gone. I'm going to just slide her down. This slides down. And we definitely want to start building up our power on the Explorer action so we can grab this key. Also, so just like how it says, when I flip this, I would add 1 power token to an Explorer action. Remember, the ability of the Nesting Woods is when I flip a key, it adds 1 influence to it adds 1 influence power token. So I would put a power token on influence. But that's pretty much my turn. So you can see these turns go by pretty quick. All right, back to the threat phase. All right, we have a healer. All right, when she comes out, she actually heals me one spirit. I haven't taken any damage yet, though, so that's not going to do anything for me. I'm going to have 4 influence to get rid of her. So I think I will use Fight to draw an additional memory. And we have the Memory of Might. It gives us 1 extra Fight. And I will put a power token on that. Okay, so now the healer is going to deal me 1 damage. So I'm at 19. And now this symbol underneath the damage means that once I do beat her, once I do defeat her, then I will be healed again. So it comes back up. Another threat comes out. We've got the Goblin. He's a coward. When he's defeated, he is removed from the game. So normally, when you defeat them, they go off kind of into a discard pile over here. And then when you run through the Veilwraith deck, then or the threat deck, you're going to shuffle it up, put the Archfiend inside of it, and then start going through it again. When the Archfiend shows up, game over. He's too powerful to be defeated. He just ends the game. Oh, I forgot to draw a memory. We have the Memory of Cold again. All right, so let's see. We're going to use Influence, and we'll use the Memory of Honor to gain 1 additional. So 1, 2, 3, 4 influence, and this slides down. And that's going to get rid of the healer, so I will gain 1 health, 1 spirit. I'll use Memory of Cold to ignore him. And we're going to power up Explore again. Okay. We've got the Pariah. All right, so when he's defeated, he actually goes into my discard pile, which means that when I shuffle up my memory deck, he's going to start clogging it up some. And draw a memory card. We have another Memory of Heart. Use 1 additional available action. All right, so we're going to use Explore. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to combine these 2. All right, so when you combine, whichever one has the lowest, and in this case they both have 1, and all basic ones have 1. But when you combine, then the lowest number gets added to the current action. So we're at 5, so that makes 6 for Explore. All right, let's don't forget to move this down. So we now have gained this key. All right, so I don't really have a good spot to put the keys on here. We'll just kind of keep them in mind. But we will use 1 additional available action. We're going to turn this, all right? So we're going to turn it, and now, because we've turned it, we're going to use Fight, all right? So that's 3, and then Memory of Might gives us 1 more. That's 4, and we will defeat the Goblin initially. So that just leaves us with the Pariah, and then we'll go ahead and tilt that to add 1 influence to it. Oh, wait, hold on. Fight got used, so slide that down. Okay. So he deals 1 damage to my spirit. New threat. My hand is currently empty. We have the Enforcer. Grapple. Played. Remove 1 power token from your fight. There are no power tokens there, so we're okay. Draw 1 card. All right. Memory of Creation. We gain 1 spirit with this card. So not really going to help us out right now, but we still are going to use this. So that's 4 to defeat the Enforcer. No, what am I doing? The Pariah goes there. The Enforcer just goes up here. And let's go ahead and start adding power to this to get ready for the next key, whenever it comes out. All right, we've got a Goblin. Oh, wait, hold on. Get ahead of ourselves. We should have lost 1 spirit because of the Pariah. Okay. So Goblin comes out, draw a card. Another Memory of Creation. So we got 2 of these, not helping a whole lot. So we're going to do this. We're going to use Explore to draw an additional memory card. Memory of Veil gives us 2 Explore. All right, so really nothing we can do. We're going to, we're going to add 1 power to fight so we can deal with the Goblin next time. So now we're taking 2 damage. So it knocks us down to 16. All right. All right, we've got the key, another key. All right, the Key of Valor. We need 7 Explore to get the key. We currently have 2 Explore here. The Key of Sight, if we flip it, can give us one extra power token to explore. Oh, wait, let's not forget, we got to draw a card. We get another Memory of Veil. Oh, look at this. All right, so we have 2, 4, 6, 7. We have exactly what we need. So we're going to use this, use both of these, and we will flip this over. And that gets us to 7. By flipping that key, we now have an additional power token here. We take the Key of Valor, and we're going to go ahead and immediately turn it to use an additional available action, which will be Fight. So that's 4 Fight. And we will take out the Goblin. And then we will boost Influence. All right, so he deals 1 damage. We're at 15. These pop back up. Got a Nymph. When played, she distracts. Remove 1 power token from your Explore action. We don't have any there, so we're all right. We have the Memory of Knowledge. Swap the positions of any 2 actions. Okay. So you can see here we can use Influence or Fight to defeat her. And we have the Influence, so that's what we'll do. And you know what? I don't see any reason not to go ahead and flip the Key of Valor. We'll gain 1 spirit. And then that goes on Influence. Then we will tilt that. He deals us 1 damage. All right, we've got a foe here, the Ogre. Foes are always more difficult. You see, he's going to deal us 2 damage every turn that he's still out, but he's only going to, or he's going to heal us 1 when we kill him. When played, we discard 1 memory. We'll actually discard the Memory of Creation. All right. Also, well, let's go to, before we forget, so we draw Memory of Blood to fight. All right. So Ogre of Creation, he actually, see the asterisk next to those? That means I have to deal 5 influence and 5 fight to him. I can do it over the course of a couple of turns. I don't have to do it in one turn, but he has to be dealt both of those. I will actually use the Memory of Knowledge to swap fight with Explore. And then we'll use fight. That's 3 plus the Memory of Blood. That gives us 2 more. That's 5. So we deal the 5 damage to him right there. And we just use this to cover up the one that we've done so we can keep track of it. And then we'll boost influence. Oh, don't forget that this goes down. Yep. Okay. Oh, so then I'm going to be dealt 3 damage this time. So I'm down to 12 now. You can see how this starts to add up real quick. This time we've got another Ermite. Discard 1 power token, just in general. Well, not from influence because we need that for the Ogre, so it'll be this one. And then draw 1 card. All right, so I'm going to use this. I've got 2, 3, 4, and then I will combine these 2 for the extra power, and that kills the Ogre. So we're going to gain 1 health for defeating him, 1 spirit. But then they're both going to deal us 2 damage, so it knocks us down to 11. Another Pariah. Oh, and this one is a 2 damage. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, hold on. I would have done this. Yeah. Okay. All right. The rounds are so snappy that sometimes I get ahead of myself. But all right, so undo these. All right. So then we drew the Pariah. He deals 2 damage, but he only needs 2 influence to be defeated, so that's good. Pull this. Memory of Honor that gives us influence. Perfect. So, yeah, we'll play that to defeat this Pariah. Now, he does go into my discard pile. Starts clogging that up. And we're going to boost fight. Okay. They deal 2 damage. There's got to be a key coming up soon so I can double down on these guys. There we go. All right. So Memory of Redemption gives me 2 influence. Oh, I forgot to pop those back up. Okay. All right, let's think about this. I think I'll do this to defeat the Ermite or the Eremite. And I'll boost this. And then I get dealt 1 damage. I gotta find some healing or something here. All right, speaking of which, so we gain 1 spirit. The Memory of Might. All right, so we're gonna use this. That's 5 Explore to take the Key of Power. And then we will turn it sideways to use an additional action, which will be Influence. So that's 2 influence plus 2 from the Memory of Redemption to defeat this pariah. And we'll go ahead and boost fight. And so she's going to deal us 1 damage. Enforcer, remove 1 power token from your fight action. Wonderful. Memory of Home, 1 Explorer. Well, I'm going to use this to draw an additional memory card. We get Memory of Redemption. That gives us 2 Influence. Oh, that might be exactly what we needed. We'll go ahead and boost Influence. And now they're going to deal us 2 damage. We're down to 6. This is not looking good. All right, so that comes back up. Remove 1 power token from your influence action. Gah. Memory of Poison. Any Veilwraith gains 1 spirit, or every other Veilwraith chooses 1 memory to discard. It gives us 2 Explore. We're definitely going to use this for, and you can see this is the upgrade. So this one, if we could combine it with an additional one that had 2 combined, then it would give me 2 power. All right, so we're going to use Fight with the Memory of Might to defeat the fighter. And I'm going to boost Explore. And I'm going to use Memory of Poison to gain 1 spirit, but then of course they knock down 2 spirits, so it's a net of 1. So I'm down to 5. Eremite, discard 1 power token. Let's draw 1. Memory of Knowledge, swap the position of any 2 actions. Well, we are definitely going to use Influence in combination with Memory of Redemption for a total of 5 influence to take the healer out, which is +1 spirit. Oops, +1. Okay. And we'll boost fight. Oh, we got the Mad Watcher, so I have to hit her 4 times. She heals me twice whenever I do it, and she resets one of my keys, but I have to hit her 4 times. Oh, these should have popped back up, by the way. Oh, and I forgot to do this too, didn't I? So that puts me at 4. We're in rough shape here, y'all. All right, now I have to shuffle this up and draw 1. Memory of Knowledge. All right, so let's look and see. So we'll use Explore to get rid of the Eremite. And then we'll boost Influence. But then they're going to deal 2 damage to me, so I'm down to 2. I mean, unless something happens here, this is going to be hit right here. This is a real fast game. Clearly, I am doing something wrong with my strategy here, but I'm not sure what exactly. And we've got a pariah. I was hoping for maybe a key for a little bit of a reprieve. Got a pariah and Memory of Might. So I mean, there's really nothing I can do here. We will, I mean, the smart move is to take out the pariah. We only need 1 influence, so we take him out. And, you know, boost, Explore. So then they hit us for 2, and that's it. So there you go. That was Veilwraith. I got my ass handed to me. That was not cool. I only recovered 3 keys, so I was a little bit, you know, a little more than halfway, but I did not like the way that went. So I'm down to 3 ribbons now. Basically, I got 3 more tries to get through through this, plus Vignette 3, 4, and 5. We will see how it goes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss anything. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.